Hello there, thank you for joining me for That's the Way It Is. I'm your host, BC. Today we're going to talk about a question that a friend of mine had asked on Facebook, and I answered on there, but I'm going to answer here too because I think it's something that needs to be talked about. He asked, and the question is, why do women get mad whenever they ask you a question and you answer their question? Okay, first of all, this goes both ways. It goes men and women, because both will do stupid things. Anyway, people have a hard time dealing with reality. They don't want to deal with reality problems. They don't want to grow and mature by dealing with these problems, because that's what's going to happen whenever you deal with life's problems. Instead, people nowadays are walking around like they're in their own personal music video, or they're starting their own movie, and they want to live in a fantasy world. They want to be like on rap videos, have 20, 30 women dancing around them, acting like they want them. That's not even reality. Those people are being paid to do that. But people are so narrow-minded, they don't understand that. But they believe that that's the way life should be. Life shouldn't be like that. In life, you have to deal with things. You know, if you are single with a child, you have to deal with being single with a child. Not being single and having your child run off, staying with your parents. You know, you need, and it's okay to get a break. I'm not saying it's not okay to get a break, but when it's a continuing thing, then I think that may be a problem. You know, because that is your child. Your parents already done what they were supposed to do. You know, they raised you to the best of their ability. Not that they're going to raise you and then raise your kids. That's just not the reality of it. I mean, that evidently it is, because that's what people are doing. But, you know, people want to walk around in this bubble, and then when somebody who is real come along and they snap them or bust their bubble into reality, they get mad. I don't understand why you get mad. I mean, you know, if you want to live in a fantasy world, then live it in your mind. Don't try to live it in your life. You know, I mean, everybody wants to, you know, have a castle and, you know, all that goes along with a castle, but that doesn't happen. That's not reality. You know, if you wanted that, you were born in the wrong century, and you probably were born in the wrong family. You know, because a very select few got that. Anyway, we have to deal with life's problems, you know, and people want to keep pushing them back, and you know what? It's just going to build up and it's going to blow up, you know, and it's just like, you know, you clamping a pipe, or a pipe gets stopped up, you know, eventually you're going to have to deal with that, or you're going to have a big mess on your hands, but you're still going to have to deal with that, you know. But people don't want to do that. You know, they think it's too hard. Well, that's part of growing, and that's part of learning. And I don't understand why you want to be a Toys R Us kid the rest of your life. It doesn't work that way. You can't be 30, 40, 50, 60 years old and still playing with toys. I mean, you can, but it doesn't look right. It really don't look right. You know, and if you're 30, 40, 50, you need to grow up, you know. But nowadays, you're seeing people that are jumping from this person. They already have somebody they're jumping into their arms, and probably been jumping in their arms all along. You know, there's nobody who wants to be faithful. You know, I once said that, you know, said to someone that, you know, and, you know, because they asked me, they say, I always get these guys, and, you know, they all the same. No, guys ain't all the same. It's the guys you pick. You know, if you mess around with street rats, then that's what you're going to get. That's what you got, is a street rat. If you leave this street rat for that street rat, guess what? That's still a street rat. They're not going to change for you. You know, they already know you left this guy and you were sleeping with them while you was with that guy, so they already know that you're probably going to do the same thing to them, and they're already doing it to you. You know, so they're not looking for a life commitment. They're not. You know, and that goes both ways, guys and girls. And there's an old expression that you don't hear no more, but it says if you lay down with dogs, you're going to get fleas, and that expression is true. We need to teach our kids this. Because if you look around and just open your eyes, people, just look around, and you'll see what I'm talking about. People don't deal with what's going on. We need to deal with the problems that we created with our kids right now. Put a foot where the sun don't shine. Whatever it takes. And by fixing them, we'll fix the next generation. We got to bring them snapping back in reality, folks. We're losing it here. It's just, we're losing it. If you remember, when Jesus was out in the wilderness, the devil came to him and said, all this I will give you. Now, what devil? I don't understand that, because it's all God's anyway. He tried to win over Jesus with an illusion. So my question is, if Jesus didn't fall for it because Jesus knew, why are you falling for it? Thank you for joining me.